Hello and a happy new year everyone. I hope you had a good start into 2024. I celebrated mine with my partner and some friends and we had lots of fun solving a hidden crime mystery together. For this month I didn't set up before January started because I was traveling for Christmas to my family and I really struggled with coming up with a theme for this month. So in the end I set it for a sticker collection by Mochibujo. Part of those are from her Patreon rewards and some other just from her regular collection that she sells at her sticker shop Ikigai Papier. I'm naming the theme Celestial Witches and the colors I'm focusing on are dark blue, purple, black and silver. So we're starting off with setting up my cover page for January. And I'm also gonna add a small calendar on the right. I don't always do cover pages, but I have kind of fallen back into that habit with this particular journal. And yes, as you may notice, I'm still using the same notebook therapy journal I have for the past months. It's not full, and as much as I like starting a new notebook, I like the satisfaction of actually finishing one even more. It's something I've struggled with my whole life. And it only got better for me when I finally discovered the bullet journal method in 2013, I think it was. Something around that time. So yes, finishing a journal is so important to me and I love a finished notebook. I really love the end result on this one. The Purple Cityscape washi tape is one of my absolute favorites, and I'm always drawn between using it everywhere and dreading the time when the roll will be empty. Can you relate to that? I'm also toying with the idea of writing the books I read on this cover page, but I will wait till the end of the month to decide if I want to actually do it. The gel pens I use are from Sarasa Zebra, and the brush pen is a Tombow Dual Brush. The little sparkles I did using a silver gel roller by Edding, and I'll be using these same pens throughout the entire setup. And I also remembered I got stamps for this one, and the big moon sticker is from vonmelleart. Next spread is my first weekly. I always like to try something new with my layouts after a while, otherwise I'll just get bored and I won't use the journal as much anymore. This layout was inspired by a spread from bujo.and.sky on Instagram. Events will go in the boxes on the top, and other things will be written below on the days. And yes, I can't count, so the first two boxes are larger than the rest, but I was too lazy to fix it then. I make a lot of little mistakes in my Bujo every time I set up, and I think it's important that you actually do these kind of mistakes, because a journal is not a perfect trophy to carry around, but rather something you should do for yourself first and foremost. Believe me, I wasn't always as unbothered by these small mistakes as I am now, but I've learned to let go of my perfectionism when journaling and the pressure that comes with that, so that's a good thing. I'm still using stickers from mochibujo here, but I also added some from the latest printable collection from the Grimoire Club, which is Celestial themed. The sticker in the top left is from both. And if I'm being honest, this one is actually my least favorite spread from the ones I made for January, but I like that it adds more blue accents to the theme in general than the other pages do, and it balances everything out like that. And I'm sure I grow to love it when I look back on it later. I'm just a bit worried that most of my themes lately have an enormous amount of purple because I own a lot of purple and pink stationery somehow, and I want to try to add some other colors into that as well. And week 2. This one I did something I don't usually do, or actually never do. I sketched out some star signs in pencil and drew them. I don't have any practice in drawing, even though I wish I had. But I love stars and star signs, and I'm really into that theme, so I'm really thrilled that I managed to overcome my fears for this one. It also sparked the idea that I should try and add more little drawings to my bujo this year. It's so scary for me, even adding small sparkles was a huge thing for me for a long time last year. And now I do it in every spread, and it's looking a lot better than in the beginning. As with everything, you need practice to get better, and if I keep being afraid of drawing, how will I get better? So yes, this is a small resolution that I like to keep myself to in 2024. Are there any scary things you're setting as goals for yourself in the new year? Let me know in the comments. The stickers used here are again by mochibujo, and I added some little accents using a sticker sheet by marigonasuliart, which was included in a sticky collection. Did you notice the mistakes I made here? I started adding the numbers of the days and began with the first again. Always check the numbers in your calendars, guys, otherwise you have to figure out a way to work around that. So I looked around my sticky stickers if there were any number stickers there, but in the end I just used 2 little dot stickers ahead to write the correct numbers on them. Another idea I had was to draw a small black circle over the number and just write the correct one with my white gel roll pen. But I didn't go for that this time. The pens I used to draw the star signs are my beloved Staedtler pigment liners. They dry really fast and are basically smudge proof. And they're great for line art as well, I heard, so they're really great. For the third week, I'm once again letting myself get inspired by a spread layout I saw on Pinterest, I think, but unfortunately I didn't save it. So yeah, I didn't account for the fact that the boxes would be too small to adequately fit the day stickers I'm using, but the results still look great, so I'm not that bored of it. I don't like measuring things out by the centimeter in advance, so I try to get over this part of that always rather quickly. You may have noticed that I don't use rulers for my lines. I tend to smudge the lines a lot when moving the ruler, especially when using a gel pen, and I think that the lines look more organic this way anyway. I also become more forgiving with myself when my hands wobble and make a line crooked, which unfortunately happens a lot for me, but I also believe the more I try to train my hands to do certain movements, the better I become at them. Even my handwriting has been on such a journey ever since I started journaling. I haven't learned actual hand lettering yet, but it's definitely on my list. Instead, I am usually writing in the cursive I learned in elementary school, and it looks so neat and nice, so I'm grateful for that. Especially since I think the years after mine, they learned a more simplified version of cursive than I learned, and it doesn't look as nice to me, but that's just my opinion. In general, I can say that just writing regularly in my journal over the last 8 years or so has really improved my handwriting, so it's much more readable, and especially in times when writing things by hand is not the norm anymore with computers and smartphones. It's really nice that my handwriting isn't deteriorating like it is for a lot of other people, but actually improving, and I'm really proud of that. Especially since I used to have such a terrible handwriting in school. It was really not good and often unlegible, and I even was used as an example on how not to write on posters and such in school. So yeah, I'm proud of that now. let's get back to the stationery used here. The girl sticker is from marigonasuliart, and I also used some smaller stickers from the same sticker sheet. There are also stickers by Mochibujo and the Grimoire Club again making an appearance, and I used my white Sakura jelly roll for the quote on the left upper side. Now on to the fourth weekly spreads. This is the last one where I'm gonna use both pages. I used the same layout again as for the very first weekly, and I generally like how this turned out so much better somehow. I might be biased though, because the witch sticker from Mochibujo I used here is actually my very favorite witch from all the ones that she drew for this particular collection. And there's really not a lot to say about this one. I just added more stickers from Mochibujo and the Grimoire Club and used the same layout as for the very first one. For the final spread, I used the left page for the last 3 days of January and the right page for my January reflection. Oh gosh, my tongue doesn't like the word January in English. It's So yeah, anyway. At this point I didn't have any stickers with people left that would fit the theme. So I used up all the other stickers I still had left over. And I tried to use most of them so I could just empty the sticker sheets and have more space for next time. Because guys, use your stickers, don't let them gather dust in the closet, please. Yeah, anyway, I also ran out of the 2 sticker sheets of week stickers I had by mochibujo, so I simply wrote the titles again by hand. I didn't want to add too much decoration on the right side because I want there to be enough space to write my reflection again. I'm still not caught up on my reflections for November or December, but I still want to hold on to that habit because I just can flip through them at a later point in my life and see where my mind was at that month, what changed and all of that. Because time rushes by so fast and my memory just can't keep up with all of that. So writing something down is so helpful for me because without my journals I would have lost so many more memories of my life. And I wouldn't ever see how I've changed or grown over the years, because for me it's hard to keep track of time, so keep it straight in my mind. Yesterday often feels like it was already years ago, and the future is uncertain and very far away. We are at the end of my January setup. I hope you enjoyed watching it, but I didn't split it into 2 parts this time, so you can all have the full experience in one go. I hope the new year will treat you kindly and that you will achieve many of the things you set out to do. I'm very nervous about what 2024 will have in store for me, but I'm also very secure in the knowledge that I will always have friends and family to fall back to when I need it, and that is the most precious knowledge for me to have. So with that, have a nice day and goodbye!